It just happened again, so let's talk about low-key the funniest moment of teaching a class. 5 minutes left, I've just finished explaining something really important, and then I lean toward the students and I very knowingly say, "Are there any questions?" And then silence. But it's not just any silence, it is the most heavy, loaded, dramatic silence that could possibly be had for such an unimportant moment. Because this is the moment of truth, right? Everyone in the room knows if nobody says anything, class is gonna end early. I guarantee at least a dozen people are sitting there thinking the same thing. I do have a question, but is asking it worth the social scorn of keeping 30 other people here an extra 5 minutes? Your professors get it, right? We know exactly what's happening. We see the subtle glances, the slight shifts in body language, the mental calculations happening in basically real time. It's kind of fun to play into. I'll hold my pause a little longer than necessary. I'll follow up with an, "Are we sure there are no questions?" I might even jokingly call on that one kid who talks the most in class. "Jonathan, you really don't have any questions? Oh, that's surprising." And then I will very begrudgingly say, "All right, I guess we'll end a few minutes early," as though I have just provided the most benevolent gift in all of human history. But here's the thing, that moment, you really should ask your question. What students don't get is your professors have been teaching the same class for like a decade. And while that means we know a lot about whatever we're teaching, it also means there's a really good chance we've forgotten to explain something minor but important because we simply assume everyone already knows it, or we remember saying it when we're thinking of the semester before. What's really happening in those moments is your professor probably did leave out something important, and the confusion you're feeling is probably because they left out some small but critical linchpin piece of knowledge that's gonna dramatically impact the overall value of the class. And if nobody follows that voice of confusion in their heads and asks their question, everyone in that room, even your professor, is gonna have a worse outcome. So yes, I realize the unspoken rule says, don't be that kid, but here's the thing, somebody needs to be. Your professors are depending on it. Otherwise, we're all gonna walk out of the room pretending to understand things we don't. I promise that is a much worse outcome than not getting to end class 5 minutes early.